allow the players to go home, or would they have to stay in the hotel? I know it'd be more rooms
I think it would be hotel.
Most
definitely. I think regardless if you are a team that when you're at home and you stay home or don't go into a hotel, that week you would stay in a hotel.
Yeah. Now, is it been official yet? We're going to have a bye week between the conference championship games and the Super Bowl? Is that kind of been official?
Yeah, right now our schedule calls that we'll continue with the bye week throughout the next 4 Super Bowls.
And if that continues to happen, NFL Network will have 200 hours of live coverage leading up to the Super Bowls. We'll fill the void. We'll be there.
Got enough programming.
We are going to be there. So, Derek, any thoughts on back-to-back MOPs? Come on. A pick 6? Something like that? What do we got?
He's always good for one. He always got us for one. I know that.
Exactly. You're right. But I've never, actually coming out here, I've never really thought about winning the MVP award. I just always enjoyed the game and playing in it. And for some reason, that's kind of been on my mind this time, because Roy Williams, he kept saying how he had last year's game wrapped up until I scored. So he's kind of assured me as a side bet that he should be the favorite for the MVP award this coming. But to me, as long as the NFC wins and, you know, we get a bigger share of the pot to help take care of expenses, I'm fine with that.
That's great. So, Commissioner, is this Commissioner Bahama? What do we got here?
How do you like that? I pulled this out of my Hawaii closet.
I like that. We're all just kicking back here. That's what this week is all about. And before we let you go, the folks in Hawaii, they just love when the NFL comes here. What can you tell us about the future of this game here and things of that nature? Because everybody loves it when you come back here, I guess.
It is. It's been a great place for us to have the Pro Bowl. The players love being here. The coaches love being here. We love being here. And they've been great hosts, and we love being here. We have another 2 years on our agreement, and I hope we're going to be able to continue a relationship with the state of Hawaii.
Well, it's fun. It's fun being up there with the guys in the hotel.
And do we keep the game on Saturday?
Yes.
No, this is a one-year issue from a television standpoint, so I don't know. Right now, it's something we're going to have to consider with our network partners.
So there you go. I think you just had some lobbying to keep it on Saturday, right?
I think I heard that clearly.
Oh, yeah. Saturday game always works best.
Commissioner, thanks for coming on. Really appreciate it. Commissioner Roger Goodell and Derek Brooks, last year's MOP.
Thanks, Marshall.
One of the great guys in all of football, joining us here on NFL Total Access the day before the Pro Bowl. Peyton Manning, play faking. I think we also saw him run an option earlier as well. We might have to talk to Vince Young about that. We'll be back.
Our live coverage of the NHL continues on NASN with an exclusive doubleheader. First up, Malkin and Crosby march their Penguins to Toronto to battle their eastern rivals, the Leafs. Then, in-form Atlanta hope to deal out a thrashing to the Canucks in General Motors Place. A live Hockey Night in Canada doubleheader, tonight only on NASN.
Welcome back to Ohana Day, the day before the Pro Bowl here in beautiful, sunny Honolulu, Hawaii. Welcome back to Aloha Stadium, and we say aloha to our guests from the Tennessee Titans.
Aloha. Aloha.
Vince Young. Having fun?
Having a good time, learning, and, you know, just to be amongst all these guys is pretty cool, man.
What are you learning?
I mean, just sitting down with Palmer and Peyton, I mean, how they get prepared for games and different things like that, something I can pick up to help me out as well, so it's pretty cool to see.
So you're saying you would do?
I said that. I said that if you get an opportunity to be around a Peyton Manning or Carson Palmer, you would ask questions. Tell me something that you've learned from the both of them or either one of them this week.
I mean, just knowing they had the short time of the offense that we're trying to do for the game, just to see how many questions being asked, how you trying to the best way to understand the offense, so when you get out there and you don't have no problems, that's the biggest thing I've been picking up from them guys as well, even though it's a new offense for both of us.
Okay, rookie Pro Bowl. I always felt like that was something that I wanted to accomplish. And for you, was this something, getting over here, getting an opportunity to play in this, and is it a highlight?
I mean, it's beautiful, man. Just knowing that a lot of people thought that it's going to be a while for me to come out my shell. It's going to be 2 or 3 years, so it's going to be time for me to get out on the field. And I really feel like Coach Fish and Norton Child and Coach Johnson did a great job of giving me an opportunity to go out there and showcase my talent as well as my teammates. So to end the season like this, to be here is pretty cool.
Not to put any more pressure on you, the fact that you're the first rookie quarterback since Dan Marino in '83. Do you know what Marshall did in his first Pro Bowl appearance? Go ahead and tell him, Marshall. You're up there.
Yeah,
That's over there above us. In this.
I'm on the banner. You got to make the banner.
Got to. I mean, I'm looking forward to all that, man.
That's good. Well, I mean, are they gonna? Is there something in particular that Bill Belichick has installed in this offense this weekend that we could expect to see when you get out there on the field?
We got a couple of plays, you know, to keep the defense on the edge of their feet when I step out there underneath the center. So stay tuned to that right there.
Well, maybe you should go up for a pass or something like that.
I don't know.
That's a no on that one.
That's a no.
Well, which one of the guys, other than your fellow quarterbacks, have you been like, that is pretty cool that I'm in a huddle with that guy right now?
Oh, man, it's just amazing to be in the huddle with Neil, man. He's probably one of the funniest guys out here right now, man. I mean, we've been playing dominoes. We've been hanging out, me and his son. I mean, it's been great just hanging out with him, man. He's a cool guy.
You know, I remember, and we were just talking about, we saw Ed Reed with the hat on. Who here you want to, like, I got to get the helmet. I have to get his cleats. Who do you feel like that about?
Well, like I said all year, man, I mean, me and LaDavian are pretty cool, so I'm looking forward to snatching anything I can to get from him, man.
That'll be a good snatch.
Man, he's a great guy. Just handing him the ball off, just to see him do his work, man, it's real nice, man.
I don't know if you saw this particular play during your AFC Ohana Day practice. Take a look at this. What do you think of Peyton's form here?
Is that in for you? He's like,
what did you think of that one?
That was sweet. I mean, he read his play. He read the end, and he took the pitch, man, and he took it upfield. Can't get no better than that.
But outside of Ohana Day, he should probably not run that, is what you're saying.
Not even a little bit.
Right, here's the
Coach Fish probably mad at that.
Have you called up? Have you called up your teammates from here to tell them I need more Titans next time I come out here? Have you made that phone call?
I talked to Keith Bullitt like 2 days ago, man, and that was the first thing me and him was talking about, and man, how we ended the season. We wanted to come next year to the playoffs and do some big things for ourselves. So I'm knowing that Travis Henry and all them guys, we're looking forward to next year because there's going to be a lot of guys going to be out here next year.
You know what? Get into last season, and I was wondering, what are you going to take, and how different is it going to be for you when you stepped into the huddle coming into camp your first year? What's the difference for you now stepping into the huddle?
I know I ain't gonna be nervous no more. Stepping into the huddle with a bunch of grown men that's your first time, and they wondering, are you ready to go out here and play with these guys? So I'm gonna be more comfortable. I'm gonna know a little bit more in the offense. I'm gonna be more comfortable. I'm gonna have a good time this year in camp as well.
Can you believe a year ago you were getting ready for the combine?
Oh man!
And look what's happened now.
I'm just saying, the guys that's getting ready for the draft, man. Congrats, keep working hard. I know y'all gonna get tired because I was, but keep focused, stay focused, man.
And here you are. You know, I mean,
hard work pays off.
Well, do you ever pause, Vince, and think about what has become of you in the past 16 months? You ever think of that?
I'm a guy I like to sit on my balcony. I've been sitting on the balcony at the hotel. I mean, late nights listening to the waves and different things like that, and getting my thoughts and my visions together of the future of this year, and then also just giving thanks to the man upstairs for everything he done for me.
So your team next year, but give me a prediction. How do you see you guys faring out next year?
I mean, just talking to the guys right now, man, we are so excited. We so itchy to get into mini camp and different things like that to get it going, because at the same time, we have a lot of great leaders on our team, and how we felt when we lost that game, a game short to go into the playoff, it hurt it pretty bad, so we don't want to be in that position again.
Are you afraid to check out and see your bill?
Oh, my goodness. I'm not ready to see my bill right now.
Well, because we were talking about, rookies sometimes may find a little extra on their room bill from the veterans.
Oh, yeah.
More than a little extra with Vince.
I think it's going to be pretty bad. So I was like, I'm going to go ahead and accept that, because they was talking about tying me up to the pole, and I didn't want that, so I said I'll just accept the bill.
Well, for your sake, then, I hope you get the 40 as opposed to the 20 on Pro Bowl Saturday. Listen, great having you here. It's been fun hanging with you the last few days.
Man.
Oh, yeah.
That is Vince Young, the Pro Bowl quarterback from the Tennessee Titans, joining us here on Ohana Day, the day before the Pro Bowl. And there's Bill Belichick in the blocking scheme. He just shed Sean Merriman. How many people can do that?
On a windy day in Week 10, Nathan Vasher made a 108-yard dash for history.
Now running right to the 15. Get back upfield. They got a wall up the right sideline. He's got to get all the way back or time's up. And he might. He still got
Mets and Yankee fans are like oil and water. Cubs and White Sox fans at the same dinner table? Bad idea. Despite their differences, fans do have one thing in common. Their heroes all wear Majestic Athletic, the official uniform supplier for all 30 Major League Baseball teams. Available now all over Europe at NASN.com.
Final preparations for the pregame. And our pregame we're making final preparations for as well at 4:30 p.m. Eastern. Why don't you join NFL Total Access's 90-minute long Pro Bowl pregame show before the game at 6 Eastern on CBS. Kara Henderson caught up with Champ Bailey earlier.
I'm with Champ Bailey, who's a 7-time Pro Bowler. One of the big themes of this week is you possibly playing on offense, Chad Johnson playing on defense. How much do you want this to showcase to your coaches back home what you can do?
Well, actually, my coaches started this tradition over here, so whenever me and Chad's over here, he's going to play a little defense, I'm going to play a little offense. We got to keep it going every year. I love it. I mean, my coaches know what I can do on offense, so hopefully, you know, this will get me going for this season, and I can play a little offense this year.
What did Ocho Cinco tell you about playing offense? Because I know he was giving you some tips. Do you even listen to it?
Oh, yeah, of course. I mean, he's one of the best, so I'm going to listen to him. He's trying to get tips from me. I mean, he swear he's so good at corner, but, you know, one thing I got on him, I at least played a little receiver before.
What did he tell you about playing receiver?
Well, I ran a double move, and he told me I got to sell it. I'm like, sell what? I'm like, nobody going to catch up with me, so I'm good. You know, he understands, though.
This was a short practice that you guys had today. Why do you think?
We got a big game tomorrow. You know, we're trying to go out here and win this game. I think I've won it 1 year, 2 years maybe since I've been over here, and I've been over here 7 times. Not a good ratio.
Yeah, and you get a little bit more in the pocket if you win the game, and guys start thinking about this, don't they?
Oh, yeah. I mean, one thing we got to do is think about it before the game and not until the fourth quarter, you know. And, you know, people get caught up in that because it's an all-star game. You're not really up for it, but at the same time, you get paid more if you win.
Thanks a lot, Champ. Have fun tomorrow.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
And I'm sure at some point Champ Bailey will be matched up on this man making a nice catch in the end zone. That's Steve Smith, with whom our Adam Schefter caught up with.
Steve, how often is it that you get to sit on a water cooler practice and get to talk to a reporter?
Not too many times as far as the reporter part, but the water cooler I indulge in a few times in Carolina.
How are you enjoying this week in Hawaii yet again?
It's good, it's fun. I'm having fun, relaxing, family's enjoying it. You know, doing stuff like swim with the dolphins, stuff like that, things that, you know, you don't have the opportunity to do in Carolina.
Has it taken away some of the sting from the way the season went?
Yeah, I mean, once the season's over, it's a new year, so we just got to move on and reassess ourselves and reassess our goals and press forward.
Now, the word is we're going to see a lot of Steve Smith in the Pro Bowl on Saturday. True?
Hey, if that's how they want to do it, I'll take it.
Carolina Panthers Pro Bowl wide receiver Steve Smith from the water cooler.
Steve Smith from the
water cooler. That was good.
From the water cooler.
Sheffy was actually taller than him.
He was like almost like Bob. That was the Bobby Boucher report right there. There you go. Are you ready for 4 downs?
I'm ready.
On a day
I'm ready.
Version of 4 downs.
I'm ready.
All right, Marshall Faulk, 1995 most outstanding player. First down. Who wins? Who wins?
I'm gonna go AFC. You got the Super Bowl MVP, you got the league MVP, and what you have is Peyton has his receivers, Carson has Chad. That combination usually wins Pro Bowls.
Second down, who follows you in the MOP footsteps?
Ooh, you know, I'm thinking LaDainian. I think LaDainian's gonna get, yeah.
Why not? Third down, whose room are you charging things to?
I'm not saying, but there's a person in 636.
That's an outrage.
I don't know who that person is, but.
Yeah, who is that person?
I don't know.
That would be Marshall Faulk. That you're giving out your room number.
Could be my room.
It's really odd. That's really odd to do that. At fourth down, what's the best moment? What's the best moment?
It has to be your kick.
My kick?
Your kick.
You thought that was the best moment the whole week?
When Robbie Gould was hosting the show with me and you were kicking.
And then you threw it a break.
There you go.
And then you threw
my first time, but I threw it to break. First time.
I like that. Very good. Well, while Marshall gets the cash-only option out for his room, we're going to show to the best of those folks who are wired up for us in practice on Ohana Day. We'll see you at the game.
Connor, and he's ready to go here. We might put him in for a play today. He's got everybody on there. He's doing good, though. He's doing good. These guys do a great job with these kids, too.
Matt, hey, we're going to work Chad in, Coach. If Machine hurt, we got to work Chad in.
Matt, you played here, right?
Tell us a little bit.
You played here. You played here, right?
Yeah.
Not only make stops,
UH.
you've done some other stuff.
Hey, we're going to blitz everybody. We're going to blitz everybody.
Fix right, 384, Z Sluggo, FC. Let's go, Whit. I'd like to see this Devin Hester return something for a touchdown. 11. I'm going to flip the strength. Let's go fix left, 83, all go. You can put a cat out there if you want to try it. Tell Gary I'm going to steal a play here, so I'm going to go 21 and then back to play 8. So I'm going to have a 7B. Let's go strong left, 43 ace. Hey, can we run 43 ace to the left? Are we all right? All right, here we go. Strong right, toss 38, last man go.
For centuries, she has risen majestically from the Pacific, alluring all with her sunshine and beauty. Captain James Cook, Kamehameha the Great and his heirs, even Duke Kahanamoku, the state's greatest athlete ever, could not resist her charm. As the years passed, her magnetism only grew, with new generations of athletes coming to see her, taking in her warmth while giving their all. From around the globe, they come to be awed, inspired, challenged. It is here that amateur and professional athletes alike venture to draw upon the beauty outside as they show all of what they have inside. Today, it is the very best of the National Football League that come to these magnificent chain of islands to display their mighty talents, as the land displays its many charms. No, there's really nothing on the line today. No major trophy to be awarded. No major championship to be fought for. But then again, the prize has already been won. For these world-class athletes are here by merit. They have earned their way to visit her, to shine in her sun, to embrace Hawaii. Aloha. This is the day the stars come out under the sun. The AFC battles the NFC in the 57th NFL Pro Bowl, live from Honolulu. It has been tradition now since the year 1951. Football fans come from everywhere to join with their fellow fans from Hawaii to salute the NFL's best and together to put the finishing touch on another football season. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Aloha Stadium here in Honolulu. Along with Phil Simms and Dan Deerdorf, I'm Greg Gumbel. The 57th Pro Bowl about to come your way live here on CBS. Phil, a 4-time selected member to the Pro Bowl. Dan Deerdorf, 6 times elected to the Pro Bowl. So first and foremost, guys, what's it like to play in this game?
Well, I was always very proud of the fact I was chosen to play in a Pro Bowl. I'm sure Phil feels the same way, and because it's one of the first things you target when you first get to the National Football League, that the day when you can actually say to yourself, I'm a Pro Bowler. And I remember the pride I felt being in that huddle and looking at people like Walter Payton and Roger Staubach and Tony Dorsett and thinking to myself, wow, I'm actually good enough to be in a huddle with these guys.
Yeah, you know, Greg and Dan, it's an honor to get in the game. It's a lot of fun. But what I've enjoyed this year, or what I enjoy every year at Pro Bowl time, is listening to people talk about it and go, well, it really doesn't count. The game, they don't play it all out. Dan, we know if you play professional football, there's only one way to play it. Yes, they might not be as disciplined. They're not concerned about winning and losing. but it is pro football. It's going to be physical. You got to go out there, play hard, and protect yourself.
It's not a game where you can play it at half speed.
That's right.
Well, let's say there are some significant people on display here today. Let's start with the quarterbacks, Phil. Among them, you have Drew Brees, who had an outstanding season with the New Orleans Saints, and the MVP from Super Bowl 41.
Oh, yes, and Peyton Manning's offseason got a lot simpler after he won the Super Bowl. No more. This offseason, he won't have to answer the question, hey, can you win the big one? But you look at Peyton Manning, he is in the prime of his career. He is going to be around for a long time. He physically got better, and mentally, he's at the top of his game. And Drew Brees, one of the big surprises, I think, of the NFL season, along with Sean Payton down with the New Orleans Saints. Yes, Drew Brees had some terrific years with the San Diego Chargers, but it's the way he played in New Orleans, where we didn't expect anything from their football team, but how he did it. He was dynamic, throwing the football down the field, and the Saints were really hard to stop on offense.
Hey, how about some of the running backs that are going to be on display here today? We're actually going to get to see Tiki Barber play his very last football game, the fine running back from the New York Giants. And on the other side of the field, the cream of the crop, the guy just simply known as LT.
LaDainian Tomlinson is here, the National Football League's most valuable player. And remember a moment ago I said how proud I was when I looked around that huddle and said, geez, there's Walter Payton. And you have to wonder if 25 and 30 years from now that some of these guys in that AFC huddle aren't going to be telling their grandkids, wow, I remember when I played with the great LaDainian Tomlinson. What a wonderful combination of humility and skill. And as you mentioned, Tiki Barber for the final time will put on the helmet of the New York Giants this afternoon. The last 10 years in the National Football League, no player has accumulated more yards from scrimmage than Tiki Barber. A beautiful combination of speed and strength. Not the biggest, not the fastest, but boy, is he productive. It'll be fun to watch him go out in style.
Now, we are looking forward to an entertaining afternoon of football. And I say we because joining us down on the sidelines, one of the very best tight ends to ever play this game, our very own Shannon Sharp, who is with quarterback Peyton Manning. Shannon.
Thank you, Greg. This guy really needs no introduction, but I'll give him a slight one anyone. How about two-time league MVP, Super Bowl MVP, Payton for the first time in your 9-year career, you realize you're going to be Super Bowl champ. What's going through your mind as the clock's ticking down?
Well, great feeling. I know how hard we worked to get to that point, and it just felt great, Shannon, as you know, to share it with your teammates, guys that you lifted weights with, you've thrown routes with in the offseason, finally put it together and accomplish your goal. It was a great feeling.
I remember the first time that I came over as a Super Bowl champ, guys treated me different. They wanted a little more autographs, take a few more pictures. Have anything changed for you in your...
Well, certainly you get more people coming up and talk to you, congratulate you. It never gets old, and you always appreciate when you have the respect of your peers and opposing coaches. Having those guys say congratulations, it makes you feel good.
Thanks, Peyton.
You bet. Thanks, Shannon.
Back to you, Greg.
All right, thank you, Shannon, and thank you, Peyton. And some of the differences in this game that you might detect from a regular season or a playoff game, there won't be any shifting or any motion on offense. You have to have a tight end in on every single down. Can't go trips to one side or the other. No three receivers on one side of the line, and there will be no intentional grounding. Some of the others will continue to point out as we go along, and incidentally, there will be no challenges, no replay challenges in this game, which is going to disappoint Phil Simms to no end.
Absolutely.
Devin Hester is deep to receive the kick for the NFC, which has won the toss.
I got to say this, for the last 2 days, though, Dan, you have been enamored with trying to catch the first team that cheats. That's you've talked about it constantly. You mean they might do something that's not legal?
I think that when the game gets going, yes, the defensive lineman will run line stunts, a linebacker occasionally will blitz, and you're going to be in charge of slapping their hands.
Nate Cady gets it up to kick it away, and here is Devin Hester. Return man extraordinaire from his own 2-yard line, trips over the 15-yard line and goes down at about the 19.
Wow, what a difference a week makes.
There's Drew Brees, the quarterback of the New Orleans Saints. What a season he had. More than 4,400 yards throwing and completing over 64% of his passes. Let's go into the huddle with Drew Brees. We're going to ask Drew to speak up a little bit.
About 10 minutes ago, Greg, and Dan, of course, it got extremely windy here in the stadium.
Frank Gore takes the first handoff. The 49er running back, and he's out across the 20. The offensive line in front of Drew Brees has big Walter Jones on one side and big Chris Samuels on the other. And we mentioned Frank Gore in the backfield along with him. Wide receivers Steve Smith and Donald Driver. Algie Crumpler is the tight end. And Max Strong, who announced this week he is coming back for a 14th NFL season next year. And there is New Orleans head coach Sean Payton. What a terrific job he did down in the Superdome this past season. Here's Gore again, and Gore, a little running room out across the 30 for a first down. A look at the starters here today for the AFC. Jason Taylor and Aaron Schobel on the outside. Casey Hampton and Jamal Williams at the tackles. The linebackers, Zach Thomas in between Sean Merriman and Adalys Thomas. The cornerbacks, ball hawking Rasheed Nathis and Champ Bailey, and Troy Polamalu and Ed Reed are the safeties. And the AFC stars are coached by Bill Belichick and his New England Patriots staff.
Shaden, good job.
First down, Frank Gore. The fake to him, and on the end around, this is Steve Smith. Smith across the 35 and out at about the 37-yard line.
21 personnel. Green right. Slant 62 base. Green right.
Well, I heard the play, Dan, but, you know, I do not know their terminology, so I don't know if it's a pass or a run.
Slant 62 base. I'm not sure either. A slant obviously is a pattern, but that could also be just saying it's going to be off right guard. That's where the two hole would be. And that's right where they're going.
That's a give to Max Strong, the fullback, or the first man through.
You know, I like to ask this. If you look at the Pro Bowl, I always thought if you want to run the football, this is the place to maybe do it. Dan, you're an offensive lineman. Defensive linemen don't want to play the run. They want to get after the quarterback.
And as an offensive lineman, you want to play the run because, Phil talked earlier about the fact that this is a real football game and more so for the guys on the offensive line. Because let me tell you something.
Yes.
You might think it's half speed, but, when your guy's on top of the quarterback, that's pretty embarrassing. And you can't have that happen. So they're playing 100% up front.
With two tight ends a game. Brees pumps, throws to the outside, and has his man complete to Donald Driver for a first down.
When I say they're playing 100% up front, I'm talking about the offensive line. Because if you looked at the defensive line of the AFC on that play, they looked like they were all made out of Velcro. They ran into somebody and stuck.
They were stuck, is right. Well, they were getting a little nervous about all the runs they saw early in this game. But, you say that about the offensive lineman, but as a quarterback, you worry about the pass rush tremendously.
Tiki Barber is in the game. Sean Payton said his first play, there could be something special.
Here it comes.
Barber is going to throw it downfield, and he's overthrown everybody except the defense. Intercepted by the AFC's Ed Reed. And Reed shakes the tackler at the goal line.